not silencer, but the endless storm inside your own mind. Imagine this: you receive a simple message, "We'll talk later," and suddenly your mind turns into a battlefield. Are they losing interest? Did I say something wrong? Are they thinking about someone else? You replay every conversation, you analyze every word, every pause, every emoji, and slowly the relationship that once felt alive begins to suffocate, not because of reality, but because of thought. This is overthinking. In relationships, it is a silent poison. The Stoics believed that most suffering is not caused by events, but by the judgments we attach to them. A person does not hurt you. Your interpretation of their actions hurts you. Relationships are fragile, not because people are distant, because minds are restless. We want certainty in a world that offers none. We want guarantees in something that is always evolving. You fall in love with a person, but you also fall in love with control. You want to predict their feelings. You want to control their thoughts. You want to know the future of the relationship before it unfolds. And when you cannot, you panic. Overthinking is the mind's attempt to dominate uncertainty, but love is uncertainty itself. Think about it deeply. When you truly connect with someone, are you ever fully in control? None. You are vulnerable, you are open, you are exposed. And this exposure terrifies the ego, so the mind creates stories. It invents scenarios. It imagines betrayals that never happened, conversations that never occurred, endings that never arrived. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said that people are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. In relationships, this truth becomes painfully clear. Your partner is silent for a day, and you imagine abandonment. They seem distracted, you imagine rejection. They need space, and you imagine the end. But the reality is often simple, quiet, and harmless. Yet your mind transforms it into tragedy. Why? Because the mind seeks patterns, even when there are none. Because it prefers painful certainty over peaceful uncertainty. And slowly, overthinking turns love into fear. You stop being present. You stop listening. You stop feeling. You start analyzing. Love becomes a puzzle to solve, not a reality to experience. Stoicism teaches a radical idea. You cannot control others. You cannot control their thoughts, their feelings, their future decisions. You can only control your own judgments and actions. But in relationships, we forget this. We try to control the uncontrollable. And every time we fail, we suffer. You check their online status. You reread old messages. You compare yourself to imaginary rivals. You measure their affection like a scientist measuring data. This is not love. This is mental surveillance. The Stoics would say, you are enslaved by your own thoughts. True peace begins when you accept a simple, terrifying truth. You cannot possess another human being. They are not an object. They are not a guarantee. They are a universe, changing every day. Overthinking comes from the illusion that relationships should be fixed, predictable, and permanent. But relationships are living processes, contracts with fate. When you cling to certainty, you create anxiety. When you release certainty, you create peace. Imagine holding sand in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. The looser you hold, the more it stays. Relationships are the same. The Stoic mind learns to love without attachment, to care without obsession, to be present without possession. This does not mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means becoming free. Free from mental torture, free from imaginary disasters, free from emotional self-destruction. Overthinking is the mind's way of saying, I am afraid to lose. But loss is part of life. Nothing escapes change. Even the strongest bonds evolve. Even the deepest love transforms. Stoicism invites you to love deeply while accepting impermanence calmly, to say silently, I cherish you, but I do not own you. I value this connection, but I do not control its destiny. This mindset does not weaken love, it purifies it. When you stop overthinking, you start truly seeing the person in front of you. Not the imagined version in your mind, the fears you project onto them. You see their humanity, their imperfections, their silence without suspicion, and slowly your mind becomes quiet. Because you understand that peace in relationships is not about controlling the other person. It is about mastering yourself. Part 2. The Stoics believed that the greatest freedom is freedom from unnecessary mental suffering. And in relationships, most suffering is self-created. Overthinking is like watching a movie that hasn't been written yet. You become the director, the actor, and the audience of your own anxiety. You imagine conversations that never happened. You predict endings that never came. You replay moments that are already gone. While your mind travels through past and future, the present moment is abandoned. But love only exists in the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote that everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. In relationships, this means your interpretations are not reality. Your partner's silence is not abandonment. Their distraction is not rejection. Their independence is not betrayal. These are just events. Your mind adds the story. To stop overthinking, you must separate facts from judgments. Fact is, they did not reply yet. A judgment is, they don't care about me anymore. One is reality, the other is fiction. The Stoic discipline is to pause and ask, what is actually happening, and what am I adding? This pause is powerful. It breaks the chain of automatic suffering. Another Stoic insight is the dichotomy of control. Some things are within your control: your actions, your words, your reactions. Some things are not: other people's feelings, choices, and thoughts. Overthinking happens when you try to control what you cannot. You cannot force someone to love you. You cannot guarantee loyalty. You cannot predict the future of a relationship. But you can control how you show up. You can control honesty, kindness, boundaries, and self-respect. You focus on what is in your control. The mind becomes calm. When you chase what is outside your control, the mind becomes chaotic. Stoicism does not teach detachment from love. It teaches detachment from obsession. You can care deeply without losing yourself. You can commit without becoming anxious. You can love without being enslaved by fear. To stop overthinking, you must practice acceptance. Acceptance that people change. Acceptance that feelings evolve. Acceptance that nothing is guaranteed. This acceptance is not pessimism. It is clarity. Clarity is peace. Imagine sitting beside someone you love, not worrying about losing them, not analyzing every word, not fearing the future, just being there, just listening, just experiencing. This is Stoic love, quiet, grounded, present. Overthinking fades when you shift from possession to presence. You stop asking, will they stay forever? And start asking, can I be fully here right now? You stop analyzing what do they really mean, and start asking, what do I feel in this moment? You stop fearing, if I lose them, and start reflecting, even if I lose them, I will remain whole. This is the Stoic core. Your peace does not depend on another person's behavior. When you internalize this, relationships become lighter, more honest, more joyful. Stop clinging. You stop chasing certainty. You stop creating suffering in advance. And ironically, this calm presence often deepens connection, because people feel safe around those who are not desperate to control them. The Stoic path is not to suppress love, but to elevate it beyond fear. Becomes a gift, not a demand. A shared journey, not a mental prison. In the end, overthinking is just a signal that you care. Caring does not require torment. You can care with wisdom. You can love with tranquility. You can commit with inner freedom. When your mind becomes quiet, relationships stop being battles and start becoming experiences. So tonight, when your thoughts start racing, pause, breathe. Remember that most of what you fear exists only in imagination. Return to the present moment. Return to what is real. Return to yourself, because the Stoics would remind you gently. You are enough, with or without any relationship. And when you truly understand this, becomes something you share, not something you fear. And in that quiet understanding, the mind finally rests. The Stoics believed that the greatest freedom a human being can achieve is freedom from the tyranny of their own thoughts. And in relationships, this tyranny often becomes unbearable. Overthinking is like living in a shadow world. You are physically present with someone, but mentally, you are somewhere else, inside imagined futures, painful memories, and invisible fears. You look at the person you love, you are not truly seeing them. You are seeing your expectations. You are hearing your fears. You are feeling your insecurities. The relationship becomes less about two people and more about a mind talking to itself. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that the universe is change, is opinion. In relationships, change is constant. People grow. They evolve. They struggle. They heal. But the mind wants permanence. It wants guarantees written in stone. It wants a contract with fate. And when it cannot have that, it creates anxiety. Think about how many arguments begin not with reality, but with assumptions. You assume a tone. You assume a meaning. You assume an intention. Then you react to something that never existed. A message without a smiley face becomes coldness. A delayed reply becomes disinterest. Moment of silence becomes emotional distance. But silence is often just silence. Distance is often just tiredness. Delay is often just life happening. Stoicism teaches you to see things as they are, not as your fears paint them. To stop overthinking, you must become an observer of your own mind, how it creates stories. Watch how it jumps to conclusions. Watch how it predicts disasters without evidence. And then, gently, do not follow it. Epictetus said that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we may listen twice as much as we speak. In relationships, you must listen not only to others, to yourself. Listen to the tone of your thoughts. Listen to how harsh you are with yourself. Listen to how quickly you assume the worst. Most people do not suffer because of their partners. They suffer because of the conversations they keep having in their heads. The Stoic solution is not to shut down emotions, but to bring reason into them. To say, this is just a thought, not reality. To say, I do not have enough information to judge. To say, I will not punish myself with imaginary futures. This is mental discipline. Discipline is freedom. Another powerful Stoic idea is negative visualization. You imagine the possibility of loss, not to suffer in advance, to appreciate what you have and to understand that you will survive. Imagine losing the relationship, not with fear, but with calm acceptance. You would grieve, you would hurt, but you would continue. You are stronger than any single relationship. When you truly accept this, overthinking loses its power, because fear of loss is the fuel of overthinking. When you know you will be okay, even if everything changes, the mind relaxes. Stoicism does not promise that love will last forever. It promises that you will remain whole, regardless of what happens. This is the deepest form of security. In a relationship, security should come from within, not from constant reassurance. You depend on another person to calm your mind. You become a prisoner of their moods and actions. But when your peace comes from your own philosophy, your own understanding, your own strength, you become unshakable. You can enjoy love without fear. You can experience closeness without obsession. You can commit without anxiety. The Stoic mind does not ask, what if they leave me? It asks, can I be the best version of myself while they are here? It does not chase certainty, it cultivates character. Character is the only thing truly in your control. Overthinking fades when you shift focus from outcome to virtue. Instead of asking, "This relationship last?" you ask, "Am I honest? Am I kind? Am I respectful?" The future is uncertain, your character is not. When you live this way, relationships become journeys, not contracts. They become shared experiences, not sources of constant anxiety. You begin to appreciate moments instead of predicting endings. A laugh shared, a quiet walk, a deep conversation. These moments are real. The imagined catastrophes are not. And finally, as your mind quiets, you realize something profound. Love was never meant to be controlled. It was meant to be experienced. The Stoic does not try to freeze love in time. He flows with it. He accepts its changes. He cherishes its presence. When it ends, if it ends, he does not curse fate. He bows to it with dignity and gratitude for what was. So the next time your mind starts racing, remember this ancient wisdom. You do not suffer because of love. You suffer because of your thoughts about love. Return to the present. Return to what is real. Return to your breath, your values, your calm awareness. And in that stillness, you will find that relationships are not meant to be overthought. They are meant to be lived. And in that quiet acceptance,